Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit!
How are things going for you in general now?
It is going very well because I'm just finishing up my Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
I saw that it seemed like you and Praise had a bit of a falling out the other day. I saw like a room and then he
Yeah,
was in Clubhouse talking about it.
yeah. His behavior is very bizarre and almost inexplicable to me. Um, he sent me a notification that he would be removing my mods um, when I appear on his live stream because he got a lot of complaints. And I wrote back to him, I said, that's fine. That's your prerogative. I said, you know, I'm trying to recollect what I said to him. I think I said something like, that's to be expected or whatever. That when these people troll me, they gratuitously troll me. That they would complain. But because he's a man pleaser, and I told him in the text, I said, "You're just being a man pleaser. This is why you're doing it." I said, "But if you want to remove my mods, that's fine." I said, "That's your prerogative. It's okay with me." And then I responded to him because he was doing a first video, and I said, I go, just please don't use this as an opportunity, to attack me, and I'm trying to remember.
I watched that. I watched part of that video, Darth. But to be honest,
there were two of them.
I sent Praise a message on. I said, Praise, you know that this is going to go to YouTube. All these things you just said potentially about Darth on Clubhouse, like. I said you need to do a video to like get ahead of this, and you need to like probably play the Clubhouse video and do some explanations. But the way it sounded to me, like he was implying that you could be a serial killer, or that you could be transitioning between like male and female.
What?
Like he just just yesterday, Darth.
Was this on Clubhouse?
On Clubhouse, room with Tom Rabbit. He's just was just
Can you
giving
get me
all
a
this
link to this?
speculation.
Yeah, well, this is the first I'm hearing about it, and that's, I think, just very bizarre.
Let me try to find the link real quick. Give me a second.
He has viciously and gratuitously attacked me before, and then he profusely apologized over the Smoky Saint fiasco, and he's doing it again. Okay, he has a propensity to viciously go after people. He specifically creates, Photoshop imagery of people to depict them as transvestites and things like that. So look, whether someone likes my style or not, his line of attack is it's bizarre. It's just bizarre. It's vicious. It's gratuitous. I'm almost, I don't even know what to say. It's so bizarre. But if you could provide me with a link where he said that stuff on Clubhouse, I'd like to listen to it so I can firsthand, because this makes my evaluation of him even worse, that he's not wrapped too tight. So yeah, I didn't publicly trash him or criticize him at all. I kept whatever criticism I had with him completely private, and I just simply said to him, If you want to remove my mods, that's fine. I said, but
Thank you.
you shouldn't be doing it because you're a man pleaser. That's all.
Yeah, I'm
And
trying
he,
to find the link too as I'm just getting my food real quick.
okay, thank you. Appreciate it very much that you get me that link. Yeah, I don't understand how he goes from being a supporter of mine to just viciously and gratuitously attacking me.
Well, so I've always liked Praise as a friend, but I did have to message him because I'm like, that stuff's gonna make the internet, and that was not flattering. So that's why I told him. I said, you're gonna need to do a video Praise to, you know,
Well,
get ahead of this.
he did a second YouTube video where he said, "Go to hell, Kenny Rhodes and Darth Dawkins," and then he
Yeah.
has the FU sign. I mean, that's totally inappropriate.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
made no
See if
public
anyone.
criticism. Other than me speaking to you here today, I haven't made any public criticism of him. So I think that this public attack of him by me is a knee-jerk emotional reaction that I dared criticized him privately.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that room right now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that
Okay, the
it?
link is in the top. That should be the one. I mean, if you want, you can play it now and give your like initial thoughts when praise comes in. But
Okay, so I
it's
can.
like it got worse as the conversation went on, which is why I said as a friend of praise, I
Yeah.
sent him a message. He needs to do
Well,
a video to get ahead
I
of that.
just don't understand. I just don't understand the vicious attack when um, whatever criticisms I've made of him were measured and reasonable from my point of view, but they weren't public. So I don't understand why the vicious public attack. I don't get it. Okay, all right, I'll be back. Thank you.
Later that same evening.
For the
Yeah.
contrary,
By the
which he won't
way,
be able to do.
James, you know the link that you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay, I listened to that part of it, not all of it, but much of it, and I found, and without going into detail about that link, we can talk about it privately. I found the individual in question who was discussing me deeply disturbing in that their characterizations of me were borderline psychotic. Okay, do you know what I'm referring to?
Yes, I know what you're referring to.
The imputation and slanderous and defamatory characterizations of me about what I might potentially do, and this person so wholeheartedly cooperating in a Q&A session about me, whom he knows are nothing but vile reprobate atheists. That individual is far more reprehensible than the atheists themselves because they profess the name of Christ. And yet they're willing to just outrageously slander me as though I am some crazy person in my personal life. I mean, I couldn't even believe what I was hearing. The slanderous and defamatory imputations. It was beyond belief. But anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand.
Later that same evening.
I was gonna say, Darth, a friend of mine on the back channel sent me a message that the video that I sent you earlier, that info on, it's gonna be premiering on Tom Rabbit in 20 minutes, something
Oh,
like
of
that.
course, of course. These people are disgusting in their slander and their defamation. They're almost orgasmic over their slander and defamation.
Yeah, James, I thought that what Praise was saying in that interview, I happened to catch like 5 minutes of it, and I just went in the room and then I left. But he was saying what he said was really strange. So
No,
it
stop.
doesn't surprise me.
It was a psychotic, slanderous, defamatory rant against me. Okay,
What was his
wasn't
purpose
just
of doing
strange.
that?
Who knows? But I think that he got so much flack because I blocked certain individuals, even professing Christians, in the text chat on his YouTube channel, and they were blocked because they were gratuitously trolling me in the text, that he got so many complaints that this is his CYA moment, that he's throwing me under the bus in order to save face with his loyal Christian fans. And it's just, but you see, he's done this before. He did this with Smokey Saint. This is nothing new. And the remarks that he made about me are nothing short than just slanderous defamation. I mean, it's just and borderline psychotic in my view.
Yeah, I heard what he had said. I didn't hear it from his mouth, but I'd heard through the grapevine some of the stuff he'd said. And they were just giddy about it in the room, and I just felt it was
They
very
were
problematic, some of the
orgasmic
stuff he
about.
said.
He
Yeah.
knew he's a professing Christian, and he's saying, well, Darth needs to act more Christ-like. And everything that he's been doing in his attacks on B has been the exact opposite of being Christ-like. He's being slanderous, he's being defamatory, right? He's being accusatory. And he knew that he was, I'll just say this and we'll drop it because it's not really worth talking about. He knew full well that he was being entirely complicit with a group of gnarly, nasty, bottom-of-the-barrel, scummy atheists who are bent on committing slander and defamation against me, and that they were using him to be complicit in this, and he willingly went along, which goes to show you his character as a professing Christian. Okay, I didn't make a public issue. I did not make a public issue about when he notified me that he was removing my mods from if I appeared on his live stream. I, in fact, wrote back and I said, I have no problem with that. And I said, since you got some complaints about that, if you want to remove my ability to mute or to block people, I said, yeah, that's fine. I said, but please don't turn this into a public issue. And when I confronted him verbally about this, he got upset because I said that his whole disposition about the matter has to do with people pleasing. And he would rather throw me under the bus and please his fan base and turn this into a public smear campaign. Huh? So he's done this before, right? And in that recording, he actually said he was abandoning presuppositionalism when he initially told me that he wholeheartedly was on board with presuppositionalism and that it was solidly biblical. And then a couple of weeks later, he completely abandoned and attacked biblical presuppositionalism and me. And then a few weeks later, he contacted me and apologized me for his defamatory remarks and that he was now back on the presuppositional bandwagon again as being solidly biblical. And now in this recording, he was completely abandoning his belief for the most part in biblical presuppositionalism again. So this guy has a long history of flipping and flopping and engaging in defamatory and slanderous actions. So, look, it's the internet. You meet a lot of weird people.
Yeah, I think that he seems to be the one really with the issues here to say what he said in public like that.
I didn't bring this public to the forefront. He did.
Yeah, I agree.
He did. He decided
and to do it in a
to
room
turn this.
where he did it in, that's even more problematic.
he decided that he, on his own YouTube channel, and including parachuting into talking with the worst of the worst on Clubhouse, he decided that he was going to unzip his pants and to publicly urinate on me. He decided to do this. And yet this is a guy who's saying Darth has to be more Christ-like.
Yeah, I jumped in there. I think I know what you're talking about, because I jumped into a random room and they were just saying some vile things, and I'm like, and I saw some Christians on the
And
stage,
you know what? And I'm
like,
Let me just
what's
interrupt for a
going
second.
on?
And he was not only being complicit with it, he was adding icing to the cake. I mean, the defamatory statements that he made about me are not only false, there's no basis for it. It was simply for the purpose of to publicly slander and defame me. That's all it was. So look, he's revealed himself. I will never trust him again. When
Why
he
do you
did this,
think he would like?
the first
Why,
time he did this, I spoke with him privately, and I didn't lambaste him, and I told him how I thought he was wrong and how he shouldn't be defaming me. He later came back and apologized for this, right? And I trusted him. I will never trust him again. Yeah, what Praise was saying was beyond perverted and beyond sick. It's beyond description to describe his mentality and his defamatory remarks.
Yeah, I'd heard they confronted me later. I just happened to go in there and say, "Oh, why didn't you defend Darth or something?" Praise. Apparently, they asked him something about you being a serial killer and all this crazy nonsense, and he even entertained the questions. But I
Yeah.
I didn't even know what they were talking about. I said, "What are you talking about?" And then apparently they said something about a YouTube video, and I knew Jeff was on Praise's channel.
Okay, what that's referring to is in order to publicly urinate on me, what he had to do was he went back many years ago on Discord when I was given my own room in order not to be trolled. The server owner told me that in this room I would not be trolled or abused by anyone, including moderators. Well, after that promise was broken over and over and over again by the server owner and the administrators, then I lost my temper and I was infuriated. And that's the recording of me being infuriated. And so what they're trying to do is play this recording out of its complete context in order to make me sound like I'm a crazy person. Welcome to the stage, Rooster. What would you like to say? Did you catch that, Tom Rabbit? Hope you upload that to YouTube.